Alright, so I've got quite a bit to actually use here. Well, yeah, 1,300. I can spare that one. Okay, so... Yeah, I think I'll do with the blood gain there. And no cost. So yeah, that's definitely worthwhile. May as well get the next level of Blood Cauldron. Haven't really used Shadow Veil, I'll admit. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I'll just leave it there. Shadow Mist is proving to be a very good ability. But I think I'll go with the passives first. I don't know, the amount of blood I get from it would be better at this point. Same with blood capacity. Okay, so I've got 3,600. I think I'll increase my health again. Because that fight with Mary, good God. May as well, it's only 300. Let's see. Shadow Mist. Don't have enough. Level 20 required. Yeah, that would have made it a lot easier, I think. Oh, 2,700. So I have it on the nose with that one. And I'm not really using bullets. And that was actually the first time I've used the serums. How about autophagy? 2,000. Okay, I can go with that. Let's see. Trade more blood to heal yourself instantly and get an additional boost. Cost of 25 blood compared to 10. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that as is, honestly. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good mix. Okay, so... Oh, down to critical in Whitechapel, and... I did not intend... Okay, so fatigue, times 3, 1 migraine, 1 anemia, 1 cold. Everyone, wow! Pembroke is absolutely... Wow! Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back and check and see, you know, how are you guys all doing? And have not been to the West End yet. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Gotta take a quick gander. 1, 2, 3 fatigue. 1 anemia, 1 cold, 1 migraine. 3 fatigue, 1 anemia, 1 cold, 1 migraine. Oh, 3 fatigue. I'll make a 4th one so I have it on hand. 1 cold, 1 migraine. So yeah, that actually works out pretty damn well. Surprisingly. Okay, it says I can carry 3 serums on. So much for 3 serums. I mean, did they forget to code that, or is the tree just kind of... Oh, up to... Okay. Now I get it. It's the 3 individual serums. Actually, I'll try and make a... Yep, I got plenty. Okay, now I know what it means. That makes quite a bit more sense, and honestly, I might have gone for that instead, but oh well. Okay, let's make the rounds here first. Oh, hey, I'm actually able to enter your office without you telling me not to bother you for the time being.
Jonathan, old chap, how are you tonight? I've seen little of you of late.
I was conducting research in my room, away from the nightly routines.
Of course, of course. Worry not, I understand. The situation has been testy around here. I won't deny it, but we still stand.
What news do you bring?
The news is not good, my friend. We try to keep the epidemic at bay, but street violence is escalating quickly.
How bad is the epidemic?
It is killing the infected patients faster. In less than 2 days now. The only blessing is that they are contagious for a shorter period.
Tell me more about the violence.
Jeffrey McCallum seems to have sent his war dogs on a hunt. On a nightly basis, Pre-Wen patrols exterminate every skull and vampire they find.
Have they come closer to the hospital?
No. They mainly focus on fallen districts or abandoned buildings.
Ah, shit, so
But they're
Whitechapel.
growing in numbers. They must be recruiting heavily.
Have you any reliable friends in the West End who might assist me?
Unfortunately, you will be alone. Except for our ravishing red-headed acquaintance, of course.
What of my commission here at Pembroke Hospital?
Nothing to fear, Jonathan. Your position here is in no jeopardy. You remain one of us, and you are always most welcome.
What about the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole? Where are they?
There are only a few of us, and most others would not speak to you. I am the black sheep of our brotherly flock, you know.
Actually, I did not.
I have received an alarming letter from Lady Ashbury. She wants me to meet her at her house. I have been granted safe passage.
Then you are twice fortunate. I have never been invited to the lady's mansion. And with the quarantine and controls, city access is nigh impossible.
Is the quarantine serving any purpose?
It is helping slow the propagation of the epidemic. But as long as we have no clue to its origin, its efficiency is limited.
Why have you never entered the lady's house? You are one of her good friends, are you not?
My dear Jonathan, you have no idea how reclusive the good lady normally is, nor in what great esteem she must hold you to let you into her domain.
Thank you, Edgar.
Yes, Jonathan.
Thank you.
I do have to wonder whether you have the option at some point to actually take him out if you're being that... I don't want to say vindictive, because that's by no means the right word. Alright, so I need to figure out a way to get hers. And I do... Yeah, I think before Whitechapel I'll be heading down there to...
Your last thoughts would be so pain. It's here again.
You okay?
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
effect on me.
Healthy,
The
healthy.
suffering continues.
Daily routine.
I have a feeling that this one's going to be the same.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft.
I need blood, Doc.
I'll leave.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Well, they did... They cleaned it out, but I'm genuinely surprised that they haven't, you know, started... Or...
The pain.
Brain fart.
It's here again.
I'm surprised that they haven't, you know, actually had any patients in there.
So many deaths. How can we be sure we're making a difference?
Good evening, Mr.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye.
Nope, nothing there.
Calm the children, Ellen.
Good evening, Doctor.
And good evening.
And nothing there.
Goodbye. Good evening, Miss.
Nothing and nothing.
I have to.
Good evening, Doc.
Nothing.
Goodbye.
Maybe once... Yeah, I think they are from the West End, so maybe once I get access to that district, I'll be able to find out a little more about the two. Okay, so I don't think there's going to be anything up here. Well,
Good evening, no.
Good evening.
nope. Thought maybe
Goodbye, Nurse.
with the revelation regarding his being the black sheep of the Brotherhood, that might have altered things.
Hey, Doc.
I'll leave.
Alright. Yeah, actually, I'll swap over to the docks. I can't help but think maybe, jeez. And they're still 4 levels higher. You know what? I'll just leave him to it. Oh, damn it.
This one's mine! Better go, Holmes.
Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot to check and see whether I could upgrade anything. I don't think I can at this point, though. I think I've not necessarily maxed out the cap or anything.
Look lively! It's on to us! Steady, boys! We've got one of them here!
Ow.
Don't like that, do ya? Christ, he's dead!
Ow. Oh, spiffy.
He's dead!
Wow, that was a lot easier. And I do feel bad about having killed the vicar myself, but I don't think he was getting... I doubt he was going to be able to get out alive. Like, if I didn't kill him, then she would have. I have no idea whether I'm right on that assumption, but that was the basis for that decision. As split second as it was. Thank you for waiting patiently for your turn to attack. Not often I see move chivalry among vampires. Or at least not the feral ones. Oh, I'm finding plenty of quinine. Wait. Where the hell am I in relation to the... up here, right? Oh! That tingled. Oh, opium. Awesome. Needed that. It does seem a little counterintuitive that, you know, some place like this would be sanitized and not in any need whatsoever of...
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything recently
here we
about
go.
Sean Hampton's shelter?
I don't give a rat's arse about Sean Hampton, his shelter, or any of the losers who sleep there.
Aren't you worried about the conditions here in London?
I've heard armed men have started patrolling the city, even killing the sick to stop the epidemic. Starting to like this city again.
Wow, you are an
Goodbye,
unpleasant
Mr.
person. Sorry, I was doing that because I had a marker on there that I didn't intend to have.
Good evening, Mr.
What?
Do you have any recent news of Sean Hampton's shelter?
I still sleep over there from time to time. A sad saint still manages the place, even if he's a little bit more reclusive since he returned.
Are you worried about this?
More contagion, more despair, more guns and more dead. More alcohol.
Is there anything...
How dare you?
Goodbye.
As likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
Okay.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Have you got any recent news on Sean Hampton's shelter?
It's still there, just like the turquoise turtle. That means there is still hope, somehow.
Are you concerned?
It may surprise you, but I'm not. I've heard about the men-at-arms and the fights between gangs at night, but that's nothing new.
I wish I shared your optimism.
It's not optimism. Gangs have been fighting in this part of town since before I was born. This war will stop when enough blood has been spilled.
And nothing
Goodbye.
else. Maybe I have to talk with the sad saint.
Oh, Jack.
Get
He didn't deserve it.
a couple hints
I'm
from
still
him.
working at this hour. That's what I call...
Have you heard?
I was told he caught a deadly disease, but survived against all odds. Maybe he really is touched by grace.
Are you worried about the sanitary situation?
Of course I am. Everywhere's deserted, houses, streets all empty. People buying guns. We hear them go off every night. It's bloody frightening.
Goodbye.
Okay, do I... So where's the hint is my question.
As likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
I think drink no longer stirs me.
Poor Jack. He didn't deserve this.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a
I
time.
think you cannot see me now, Mum.
A little surprised I didn't get yelled at for going behind the counter.
But with the epidemic...
I cannot enter.
Okay, where are the hints? Because I do want to find out more about these
Situation
people.
won't last forever.
Not here. Not because I want to drain their blood or anything. Just, you know, I want to be able to figure out what makes them tick. Plus, I'm not 100% completionist, but you know, I always kind of curse at myself almost when I fail to figure something out.
Good evening, sir. I'm amazed you made it back to the docks alone. Good for you.
Well, I could say the same about you, young man. More to the point, who the hell are you?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
And I am Archer Woodbead. Please excuse my assertiveness. I often forget I'm just an old prune.
What can you tell me about?
People used to feel safe around here. They had the gangs protecting them. Now all they do is bicker and plot against one another.
The people or the gangs?
Missing the good old days, are you not?
Trust me, son. The longer you live, the less meaning your existence will have. You need to remember the days you still had beliefs.
Boy, is that a rather loaded statement given.
And what about the gangs?
Back in my day, people trusted
Read
the wet
status.
boot boys. We looked out for the docks and its families.
Wait, you were a wet boot
Nowadays,
boy?
they're just a bunch of greedy fuckers.
You were a gang member.
I was their leader for a time, but
Holy shit.
believe it or not, now these bastards act like I'm nothing. Not one of them. They owe me some damn respect.
That was a bit of a
If you were
swerve.
such a respected figure, surely you have many interesting stories about this part of town.
You bet I do, but make no mistake. I'm no rat, sir. Some secrets are best left buried.
Do you still know anyone? From the old days, I mean.
Most of them are dead. I still give Miss Gillingham salutations. She doesn't remember me. She did once like me. Boy, she was a beauty back then.
Who would you trust around here?
The owner of the Turquoise Turtle's a decent fella. Tom's his name. Sean Hampton's all right too. Don't particularly share his religious views. He's quite devout if you catch my meaning.
Yep.
Any remarkable new faces around here?
Nobody. Well, there's that boy Rufus the Curse. I like him, despite the reputation he's made since his parents died. Poor little bastard.
Why not take him in?
I'm sure a district as colorful as the docks must have plenty of stories about strange visitors and creepy characters.
So, you want me to talk about the sewer dog, don't you?
If you don't mind.
Kind of met
The
him.
sewer dog is a bitch. Appropriately named.
Oh.
An old woman dressed in rags. She has an elegance, though.
Actually, I
Despite
met
her
her too.
ugliness. I saw her once. Scared the life out of me.
Have you always been so bitter?
It's not bitterness, it's poorly masked disgust. When everything turns to shit, we all have to eat a spoon or two.
As a practitioner, I believe
Oh,
science will
I
provide a new
kind of
strength
clicked
of
on that
warfare.
before actually
It's
reading
just
my
a matter of
options.
time.
I'd like to believe you, Doctor. But recently, all science has been good for is mustard gas and machine guns.
But what about social progress? What about
Oh,
women
boy.
getting the right to vote? Things can change for the better.
I've never voted, not once. And my wife, God rest her soul, she was too busy taking care of the kids to vote.
Tell me about the Wet Boot Boys, Archer. I want to know more.
We were there for the families and each other. It was us against the world. We were vicious, tough, even cruel. But we were united.
You sound like you were some kind of radical union member.
Yes, nowadays the communists and gangs squabble over pointless territory. Sounds stupid when you say it out loud.
Oh yeah.
Tell me everything you know.
Most gang
about the
warfare
Guard of
tends to be.
Prewin.
Andrew never told me what they do. I do know they're vigilantes with military training. Access to some impressive firepower.
And what is your personal opinion about the Guard, then?
This Guard of Prewin is just another gang preying on the young and naive. Preying on people like my boy. I know how it works. I invented it.
So... Well, I knew that one. But did you found the Wet Boot Boys, or did you just take over control?
Why did your son really join the Guard of Prewin?
If I believed in a higher power, I'd see this as punishment for my own sins. I deserve it for all the young men I enlisted back in the day.
So your son has left you nothing to explain his actions? No letter or message?
Not even a note. I'm a proud man, Dr. Reed. that I would kneel and pray if I thought it would give me my Andrew back.
You don't believe in God, though, do you, Mr. Woodbead? So why did he join?
Now I think about it, Andrew joined the Guard, not to defy me, but to follow in my footsteps, to make me proud.
Goodbye.
Oh,
Good evening, Mr.
John Hampton's shelter.
Do you have
The man is still here. He's trying to help others despite the terrible things he endured. I'm impressed.
Are you worried about...
I never thought I'd live to see the last days of London. Just
I'm thinking
another
this is
thing I
probably
was
going to be
wrong
like,
about, I
well,
suppose.
this isn't going to be the last video by a long
Goodbye,
shot.
sir.
Especially with how I tend to go all over and dig deep into whatever I find. Okay. Now, with it being sanitized, does that mean I won't have to worry about anyone jumping out and going booga 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 at me? Whether vampires or... Nope, I will. Boy, that was rather straightforward. Oh, okay, there we go.
Weapons ready! No!
Well, one of each at this point. Let's see. Here we are. Now, where's Throgmorton, come to think of it? Because I think that was the guy's name.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that.
Have you heard anything recently concerning Sean Hampton's shelter?
He keeps investing time helping the poor and sick. Good for him. And for them.
Are you feeling worried about this?
This city is falling apart. The disease kills so many people. No one cares about anything or anyone anymore but themselves.
Well, when the chips are down, that
Show me
unfortunately
what you
tends
have
to be
to
the
offer
way
then,
of
Mr.
things.
Nightingale.
Okay, so small pocket watch. Let's see. At least I think that'd be the one I was looking for. Jonathan's watch. Small pocket watch. Yeah. And yeah, I'm not deconstructing Jonathan's. Good God, that'd be callous.
It's locked, all right.
Hope Giselle will pull through. Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Do you have
Okay, apparently she doesn't have
worried?
news.
There were rumors
At
of
least not here.
infected people turned mad by the fever and roaming the streets, attacking everyone they see. Is it true?
As long as you stay away from the streets, you should be all right.
I hope you're right, Dr. Reed. We feel kind of left alone around here.
Yeah, Mr. Hampton should be able to take care of you.
Goodbye, Mr.
Welcome back to my humble shelter, Dr. Reed. Are you here to subdue me again?
No, Sean. I just came by to see how you are.
I feel all right. Why'd you ask?
Are you still feeding on corpses?
No. It's almost as though the blood you forced me to drink has provided me eternal satisfaction.
How?
How is the sanitary situation in this part of town?
I think it's acceptable. Fewer cases of sickness recently. I thank the Lord for his mercy.
How are things in your shelter? Between the mortals and the immortals, I mean.
Even if we're all children of God, I've always maintained a strict frontier between the two communities.
What do you fear?
A few years ago, a Skal decided to pay a nocturnal visit to my sleeping customers. He got caught licking their necks in the dark. Since then, I have added a lock to the door.
What if food became scarce? Wouldn't the immortals in your flock be tempted to feed on the living? Wouldn't you?
The Skals can feed on the dead, Doctor. And until Judgment Day, mortals will continue dying.
That is a word I genuinely don't recognize.
Have you seen Harriet Jones since taking her to Old Bridget?
No. She is with the sewer Skals now. I don't go downstairs.
What happened at the Pembroke?
I guess we recognized each other. As Skals, I mean. She had but one thought. To punish. To get revenge upon everything and everyone. I realized I had to bring her here quickly.
But why did she fake her own death? There was so much blood in her room. She attacked patients, too.
I just lost her for a minute that night. When I found her, she had caused mayhem across the hospital. I slapped some sense into her, and we fled before getting caught.
What happened then?
We ran here through narrow streets and backyards. She kept saying that someone was talking to her in the dark, offering to avenge her. But I saw nobody.
Yeah, we kinda know who that was.
How did you meet Old Bridget?
When younger, I used to patrol the streets at night, searching for lost souls. This is how I met her. It took me 2 months just to get her name. Now we support each other.
Had you already visited their hideout in the sewers?
Just once, and very briefly. Most of them are very discreet, and they see me as an outsider, even if I protect them.
You really are a saint, Sean.
Oh, no, sir, I'm not. But I know evil, and I believe goodwill and tenacity can make this world a better place.
Would you let me listen to your chest, Sean?
No, Dr. Reed. You already forced me to drink your blood, and I thank you for that, for I feel better now. But it was quite an unpleasant experience.
It would help me greatly if you would allow me to give you a physical examination.
I said no. I'm no subject of medical examination, and I intend only to obey and to kneel before God.
Okay.
Farewell, Sean.
So, ask old Kate essentially means, can I give you a physical? Assess your physical health, etc. Let's see, there's Lottie. Where's her sister? Actually, for that matter, where's the guy I helped down in the sewers? Oh, there's her sister.
You again? What do you want?
Do you have recent news of Sean Hampton's shelter?
The place is all right, I suppose. The sad saint is still the same. Except for that awful skin disease he recently got.
Oh, at least they chalked it up as that.
Are you worried about
Chaos is rising, Dr. Reed. This city is about to crumble.
You almost sound happy.
This world needs to die, Dr. Reed. And from the ashes, a new one will emerge. With more equity and freedom.
You know, she's not wrong. Part of the reason feudalism finally fell was over the fact that the Black Plague had eliminated so many serfs. So their skills as farmers were in much higher demand for the land, for the nobility. So yeah, it kind of had that weird roundabout effect.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Yeah, where's the... Ow, I did that without even thinking. Yeah, where actually is the... Let's see. Yeah, Rodney Gardner. And I'd assume he would be somewhere in here. Because it's kind of, you know, that neutral ground where the Wet Boot Boys likely won't actually try anything. Because they wouldn't want to disrespect the sad saint. I am curious as to what long-term effects will occur because of that. Oh, rat. But, I mean, in regards to... I mean, honestly, after that, I'm almost wondering... Because I know that the game has multiple endings, but I don't know how many, I don't know what the decisions are. I don't know whether certain ones are closed off if you took certain actions. Pardon me. But I could very easily see it where one of the options would be for Reed to essentially drain all of his own blood to
We're at your mercy. Will you end vampire hunters will never find us here.
Help the Skulls. You know, slake their thirst for apparently eternity. Okay. Thought maybe oh, here we go. I hope. Yep. Although a little more circuitous than I had thought it'd be. Okay. Okay, that's not right. Just to the left of Dr. Reed's head, you can see the outline of... Yeah, you can see her outline, and there. I have no idea what causes that.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered.
Yeah?
So many questions.
Get to know us. Skull.
Where did you...
We
Thank you.
Oh. And wow, yeah, you cannot mesmerize her.
No more words. Please.
Fair enough. I'll leave you be. Apparently coming down here was something of a bust. Okay, he's no longer down here. Yeah, I have a feeling one of the Skulls would have taken him out had he stayed here.
I cannot enter.
Simply because they wouldn't be able to resist that juicy a target, so to speak. Part of me almost wishes I could reload a save, but I don't think it'd work that way. But again, how the... I mean... She was hearing Jonathan's voice in her head. And I will say, right up front, that was by far the best moment of the entire game so far for me. Both in terms of the voice acting and the script writing. Because, damn. I mean, it really drove home just how harrowing that was. And the fight itself was, holy shit. Not, oh, you know, shit, but, you know, actually, holy shit. Impressive both in regards to the tone of it and in regards to the complexity of it. At least for, you know, the combat usually done in this game. Oh, Ichabod. You alright, buddy?
So much noise. A vampire kills in utter silence.
Good evening, Mr.
Don't
Thornton.
think you're right on that one
Dr.
necessarily.
Reed.
Have you heard?
The sad saint will always be a target for vampires, but I'm keeping an eye out.
Are you worried about...
It seems the Guard of Priwen has declared war on vampires. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, though.
Really? I thought you'd be thrilled by this news.
The Guard can be reckless. They rush into a fight without thinking. The citizens of London should not be the collateral victims.
You know what? I can respect the guy for that one.
Goodbye.
I hope they'll all return to the shadows once the epidemic has passed.
But, okay. Where on earth is... Roland? Nope, Rodney. I was right on the first two letters. Yeah, where is Rodney Gardner? I mean, he wasn't at the Turquoise Turtle. Holy. Okay. Immune to range, surprisingly. Yeah, I've really got to use that one a lot more often. Oh, hey, good trigger part. Alrighty. Oh. Whoops. Blood sample and nothing else. Okay. Oh yeah, that's where I dashed from. Rufus Kingsbury. Have I talked to him?
Evening, Rufus.
Oh yeah,
Evening,
the cursed kid.
Heard anything about Sean?
I heard that Mr. Hampton has been very sick, but now he's better.
Are you worried?
I never really felt safe in this town anyway. Now's the first time that everyone seems to feel the same way as me.
Is anything worrying you right now?
Gunshots. I hear them every night. Who's firing? Who are they shooting at? That's what's scary.
Fair enough.
Gun.
So long.
Okay, so this one is based on, let's see. Oh yeah, here we are. Details. Seymour Fishburne seems quite an irritable man, not exactly the friendly type. He confessed to me he lost the necklace he wanted to offer. Yeah, retrieve the necklace lost by Seymour Fishburne. If I can... Maybe I should try to find the lost gift. I mean, where did he lose track of it is my question. Actually, it might be down by... And I know I checked there before, but maybe she picked it up in the intervening time.
Good evening, Miss.
Hello again, Doc.
Can I...
As long as you have...
Rivet? No. Good trigger part, good handle part. May as well buy the handle parts.
Good evening.
Hello again.
Have you got any...
As long as he keeps on helping the poor, I'll keep my boys at bay, even if he pisses them off.
Are
You know
you
what?
worried
Good
about
on
the
ya.
sanitary situation in London?
The bodies are piling up, but I'm...
Oh!
Tell me
we
your
are?
feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys, that's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something?
She never
I
said
don't
that.
care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
Ah. Nope, not that one.
Goodbye.
Okay, so over to Booth. You know what she just said about you, right?
Have you heard anything?
That bastard's become something of a holy man these days. And someone should remind him who really rules the docks.
Okay.
Are you worried about the conditions in London?
I'm
I've heard
really
rumours
preferring
about
Edwina.
some sort of militia patrolling, killing the sick. The wet boot boys are overrun.
Goodbye.
Okay, so who is that useful for talking to, though? I mean, I found out that that's a hint, but is that just in terms of, like, sapping her blood, or is that useful in a conversation somewhere that I'm just not aware of? Oh yeah, rat. I'm trying to remember where he actually said he left it.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I can feel it coming in my bones.
Okay.
The hatred.
I'm sorry, but I am going to be looking this up real quick, so pausing the video for a few seconds. And I'm back. It seems that it's going to be behind some... Well, it's going to be in an area that I can actually draw my weapon, for one. Okay, here we are.
This is a slaughterhouse.
From Seymour to my beloved mother, Stella.
From Seymour to my beloved mother, Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard. It's locked, all right.
Okay, I've got a... Let's see. Seymour to my beloved... Oh. Wait, what? Is it because he mugged people? Well, no. Wait, what?
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
So he's a serial killer, or was he mugging people and killing the... I'm genuinely unsure what the hell happened there.
Evening.
Evening.
So long.
I'm genuinely unsure what the hell I just saw. I figured that was a skull.
Good evening, Mrs.
Of course.
Well, and my eyes are still bloodshot.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries. What can I do for you?
Do you have any news about...
I just heard the sad saint keeps on helping the sick and poor. God bless his soul.
Aunt...
Hate everywhere. The city will not sink because of this flu. It's the violence that will finish us all.
How is...
Life.
Goodbye.
I want to confront him about the corpses. Like I said, I kind of chalked that up
Good
to
evening,
a
Mr.
skull.
Fishman.
Yeah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
Have you no remorse? You don't even deny your crimes?
I have many weaknesses, Dr. Reed, but lying about who I am ain't one of them.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Okay.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
So, he's a sociopath.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum, I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Okay. I'm hoping that can lead to something good.
Don't you think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
I understand her dilemma.
I understand your mother's situation. Obtaining justice at the price of betraying her own flesh. It's quite a dilemma.
It might be my mum's wish that I end up swinging from a hangman's noose. But she wouldn't want to be the one who ties a knot around my neck.
Yeah, I can understand that. But he seems like he'd be oddly at peace with the idea. Which is... I mean, honestly, that's not even sociopathy then.
Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir.
At least I don't believe so.
Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts. What can I do for you,
Yeah.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child. And he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think it can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Science has only just begun to investigate the mysteries of the human mind. Currently, we have more assumptions than fact.
Yeah, I'm not
There
gonna
ain't
give
no
her
hope then.
false hope.
Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I?
Yeah.
Not a burden I could bear.
Could I report him?
How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
You can't protect him forever.
I understand your pain, but you cannot mother him forever.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Oh, God.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
That is superb voice acting out of her. I have a feeling I need to talk to Rufus about it. I think it's Rufus?
I can't remember the last time.
Evening, Rufus.
Yep, it's
Evening,
Rufus.
Mr.
And I need
So
to
long.
back out of that one because...
Evening, Rufus.
There we go.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
Camera angle was a little off. Huh.
So long, Rufus.
Okay, so I've got no new information about either of the... Or... Yeah, no new information there, no new information there. And where the hell is Rodney Gardner? Okay, I'm looking that one up. Like, I'll have the stream up while looking that up. Glad I didn't look at all the Steam achievements first. Okay. Okay. Best reference. Okay, it doesn't actually say where he is after. Western Docks right next to Martin Nightingale. Okay, so I just didn't look in the right spot before. Because Nightingale was the vendor, so to speak. Let's see, that's where I took out the Volcod. Oh. Huh. Practices new tactics. I know that some of our companions consider that the best advantage we have in our fight against leeches is that they can't go out during the day. Thus we can hunt them down when they hide, powerless in their sleep. This is a rookie mistake. First, because vampires are clever, and they have countless ruses and tricks to avoid being spotted in their den. Second, because they deploy many deadly traps to kill any intruders in what they consider their most precious sanctuary. It would cost us too much men and too much time to explore and eradicate vampires in their hideouts. The best tactic is to follow and destroy them when they really are vulnerable, when they hunt at night. It is much easier to attack them then, for they can easily be spotted. That's why the Guard of Priwen must evolve and deploy new tactics to hunt leeches. Small and mobile patrols, tactics based on technological advantages, modern communications. We can learn many things from the war in France. New strategy, new equipment, and new weaponry. Grenades, white phosphorus, ultraviolet light, bulletproof vests, and flamethrower. It is time for the Guard to embrace the 20th century. Oh! Oh boy! Oh, that was some heavy hits there. There we go. Boy, Throckmorton, if you had just turned a little bit. Okay, so... Oh, yeah, I guess there's Rodney.
Good evening, sir. I'm glad to see you safe.
I am not safe. I should never have come back here. My life is in danger. I know it.
You're much safer here than in that contaminated area.
Bullets kill people quicker than diseases and epidemics, Dr. Reed.
But also less painfully.
Do you have recent news of Sean Hampton's shelter?
I heard he kept on helping people. But I tried to stay away from his shelter. I don't feel safe there.
Why?
Are you worried about the sanitary situation in London?
Not really. I've spent so many days hiding to escape retaliation from the Wet Boot Boys. Now that there's so much chaos, they might forget about me.
At least in the short term.
What can you tell me?
The East End Docks only knows one rule. Dog eat dog, and blood calls for blood. The gang will have their revenge on me one way or another.
Oof. Yeah, terrified about retaliation.
What can you tell me about the locals?
Most people would say that Sean Hampton and Tom Watts are good men who try to sort things out. But for me, the real boss around there was my best friend.
Oh!
Jack Gillingham.
Oh, shit!
Gillingham, you say?
Everyone round there knew Jack. He was a rock. A mountain, even. He feared nothing.
What happened to Jack, anyway?
Your friend Jack has something to do with you fleeing to the contaminated area where I found you. I want to know more.
Jack is dead. That's all you need to know. Dead because of me. So
Jack tried standing up to the Wet Boot Boys,
all
I'll bet.
sorrow. All of that because I refused to be insulted again.
I think it's... You only ignited a war about to start.
The docks are being consumed by violence. Any war you may have started was already brewing underneath the surface, just waiting for a spark to ignite it.
Perhaps you're right. The district was doomed before I was born. But I cannot stop myself thinking that Jack died for me.
Why do you say that?
After I killed that gang member, the Wet Boot Boy suspected Jack. And being loyal and all, he did not refute the accusation.
Oh. Shit.
The death of your friend has affected you deeply, hasn't it?
Jack Gillingham was the real deal. He believed we could change the world if we were united and focused enough. And he brought out the best in each of us.
You're right. He died to save you. That alone gives me an idea of the kind of man he was.
He was the bravest. And no one dares to say openly that he got killed by those bastards.
Your friend's plan was audacious, if not reckless. No one stands up by themselves to a gang like the Wet Boot Boys.
How dare you say that? You never met him.
Kind of wish that it was one or the other on that one.
You are not going to spend the rest of your life hiding, Rodney. What are you planning to do?
Honestly, I have no idea. How am I supposed to live while so many have suffered because of me?
Only you can answer that question. But one thing is certain.
I'd say take care of his mother.
Since you owe Jack your life, I think it's fair to live it in a way that would make him proud.
That's the kind of thing Jack could have said, Dr. Reed. Thank you for that. I believe you're a good guy too.
Goodbye, Mr.
Okay. Wonder if that'll open up
Good
any
evening,
hints
young
here.
man.
There's no need.
Life in London, nope. Personal questions, nope.
Show me what...
And trade, nothing of importance.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite a stranger.
Good evening, Mr.
Of course. So, Dr. Tippett.
Have you heard...
I've never heard that name before.
Fair
Are
enough.
you what?
Too much noise, too much shouting. It keeps me up. Is it really gunfire I'm hearing?
Miss Gillingham, why did you give Martin Nightingale the watch I returned to you?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I suppose I thought he needed a watch more than I did. I have no reason to
And he
really
turned
keep
around and
track
sold
of
it.
time anymore.
Why don't you need to keep...
I've spent my entire life marching to the tick of clocks and the ringing of bells. At my age, it's nice to finally be rid of those burdens. On my time.
But it was your son's watch, Miss Gillingham.
It was, wasn't it? I'm relieved you found it. Besides, it's more useful to him anyway.
He sold it. I bought it back from him.
Goodbye.
And the worst part is, I can't actually confront Martin about it.
To these parts.
Good evening.
There's no need.
Goodbye.
Yeah. So let's see. Rufus is a complete mystery to me. I don't even know where to look. Failed the one, I think, relating... Yeah, so she's got two that I have no clue on. And it does bug me, but it doesn't bug me enough to keep digging. Okay, they're after a rogue skull. And speaking of... Glad I stopped to walk when I did, and... Ah, crap, didn't realize I was hurting that much. There we go. I have no idea why that keeps happening.
No match for me.
Oh! Oh, wait, these are... Yeah, these are vampires, What the hell? I have a right of safe passage. Oh, that hurt. Oh boy. Oh, good God, what the hell was that? Why were they attacking me? And it's just because I targeted one of them, or are there factions at play here that I wasn't aware of? Okay, so I'm back to here. Screw it, I'm heading back to the docks and going from the hospital instead.
So much noise. A vampire kills in utter silence.
And actually, before... yeah, I'll head to the west end after going to Whitechapel. And I figure I'll stop the stream after I've gone around I've made the rounds in Whitechapel, filling in for Nurse Crane. Still feel awful about that one. Oh, admittedly, I don't think that the... Huh. Wait a minute. Ah, crap, I'm still not anywhere near where I should be. Oh, damn it. I didn't want to fight you. Well, the plus side, I think you're the only one I'm... Oh, God! Tempting fate right there. Oh, well, you're the only one I had to face, and nope! Okay. Getting the hell away from there. Okay, heading back to the hospital first, and then from there to Whitechapel. Okay, I'm counting myself lucky that they... ah, crap. Oh. Ow, damn it.
This is no place for a gentleman! Christ, he's dead!
Hey, I wanted to just pass through peacefully. Okay, that's Oswald there. Okay, there we go. I was like, I'm just kind of at a slow trot here for some reason. I wonder if he's aware of the St. Arthur Stoles, or no, not St. Arthur Stole. Brotherhood of the Stoles. Let's see. Brotherhood of St. Paul's stole. Buddy, not right now. Sorry. Cat was trying to get on my lap again. Critical. Oy. Okay, I've got a pretty straight shot here.
Best be on your way out. It's one of them!
Well, you know what?
Over there!
There we go. Managed to get the one that would have been really bothersome here. Okay, awesome. Okay, only one I had to face that time. Oh boy. You pulled a left-hand turn out of your ass on that one. Okay, there we go. Grease and coating on the one body. Weird. Okay, so I handed her the scarf right off the bat, which was a mistake in terms of getting a hint.
Good evening, Chris.
Change.
Let's see. She's healthy.
How are the conditions in...
When I think about all the people who died trying to reach England, it seems we escaped a war just to die on foreign shores, hated by all.
Goodbye. Good evening.
It's father.
How is the sound?
Don't you hear the trumpets? The apocalypse is a...
What do you mean?
All's quite...
Tell me the reason why you despise Joseph Larrabee so much.
Wait, what? Oh! Okay.
A faithless shepherd is the worst criminal, for he leads his flock to the abyss by disregarding the right path. God smote this man, for he doubted.
I only met him briefly, but he seemed a dedicated man who tried to provide guidance.
Do you not believe in punishment, my son? I am not talking about the law of men. I am talking about judgment from heaven.
I believe that we are, as men, our own judges, juries, and executioners.
Armageddon is upon us, Dr. Reed. The final battle where every soul will be weighed. I'm afraid yours will be...
I have heard...
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna give him any medicine.
Most of them don't speak English. How am I supposed to interview them? Good evening, Doctor.
How are conditions?
I always thought it was my role to reveal what really happens in these forgotten parts of London.
And you're not sure anymore?
Emptied coffins. Cannibalism. Walking dead. I'm trying to report the truth about what's going on, but no one believes it anymore.
Well, it's a rather unbelievable
Goodbye.
circumstance, so... And seriously, this is...
It's locked.
That is annoying me. Alright, so... Oh, actually, let's see. She's healthy. How about him? He's healthy. Camilla? I know there were a handful of people that were not in great shape. No, Camelia's healthy. He's got a nice little cold going, so...
Good evening.
And good evening.
How is the sanity?
I imagine we are all part of some nightmare without beginning nor ending. If only the dreamer could awake.
Do you need medical?
It may be wise to...
I understand.
Oh, second time
your
around.
appetite.
The nutrition of my...
I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was the second time I've been giving him medicine. So she said... I wonder if, like, giving him medicine can come with an apology for not helping Nurse Crane in the way I should have. Alright. Joe's got fatigue.
How is the sanity?
I'm not easily scared, but crazy killers and armed patrols are lurking about. My son's right about this place.
Ooh, glad I hit R and not Q.
Can I offer you my...
Keep your medicine.
There is a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please, take this medication. You'll feel better.
All right. I'll take it then. It's not like I don't appreciate the gesture.
Goodbye.
Quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Okay.
Fancy buying some...
You never lose...
Yep, he's got fatigue.
How are the current...
When there's more people outside at night than during the day, then you've got to start to worry.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Right then.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Fancy...
You never...
Personal question. Oh,
Do
yeah,
you
medical
need help?
checkup.
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue with you. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Not on this one.
Goodbye.
So he's recovering. Basically, I'm trying to keep this district from falling right into the hellhole.
Good evening, Harry.
Sure.
I will admit, the stylized effect is actually pretty good for the most part. There are times when it fails a little.
I'm not bothered.
Have you any...
Nobody dares to enter the dispensary now. Rumours...
Goodbye.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
It's a very melancholy child. Well, I say child, but... Honestly, he should get together with, oh, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. The poet. Okay, looks like just Skull in there. That really is my biggest failure in this playthrough.
This elixir will give
Oh, actually, where's Shan Shu?
Good evening, my dear.
How is the sanitary situation evolving?
Or is she still in the cemetery, maybe?
When people buy guns instead of medication, it means they have already traded hope for fear in their hearts. In my book, that's never a good thing, Doctor.
Yeah, pretty sure in everyone's book that's a pretty bad one.
I'd like to see...
Oh, actually, I might be able to sell some of the... Not selling his watch, not selling... Yeah, not selling Pearl watch. Silver mirror? Ooh, actually it can be recycled. Ring. Bracelet. And actually, I do need to get to a workshop bench and look at some point. Oh, at first I thought that was her. Sad as it is.
Good evening, Mr. Pooh.
Surely you have...
How is the sanitary?
Terrible, to say the least. Maybe now you understand the importance of Dorothea's work here.
No, I fucked up, okay?
There isn't just one way to help Whitechapel.
Your way seems to attract sorrow and despair.
I should have just backed out of the conversation.
Your kind of care is not what Whitechapel needs.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm getting my teeth kicked in on that one. Metaphorically speaking. Let's see. He's recovering. Tobias, eh. Albert Palmer. Okay, he's got anemia. Oh yeah, and Mason I can go find. I'm trying to think where he was exactly, though. Palmer, here we are.
How are you?
I'm not your boy, all right?
Have conditions improved in Whitechapel?
I'm ready for whatever's...
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling...
There you go. Let's...
Very fun.
Goodbye, young man.
Okay. So let's see. There's one Palmer. Where's the other one? Ah, there he is. I'm trying to see whether I can...
I'm afraid...
How are conditions?
I hear gunshots every night. It's just like the war in the trenches stopped.
Oh.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, that cannot be good for someone suffering from
a gun out
shell shock. Of course, firing the gun himself probably didn't help matters. Okay, now where on earth? Oh, actually, there we go. And let's see, workbench. Here we are. Let's see if I can upgrade anything. Oh, goody goody. Let's see, increased damage or reduced stamina cost. I'm thinking increased damage because the stamina is not that much of a boost there. Alright, need another 5 handle parts for that one. Tiny good handle part. Nope. And 2 more good trigger parts, which I could have bought, but oh well. Yeah, apparently this weapon is actually a pre-order bonus. I didn't realize that before. Let's see. Either 13 more damage or 2 less stamina. Kinda wish I knew how much stamina I had off the top of my head. Oh, actually, let's see. Oh, 3 rivets! So, yeah, that's worth breaking down as opposed to selling. Got plenty of everything. Yeah, got plenty of all these, really. Yeah, I've got plenty of everything there. Let's see, 2 hands. 106 versus 130. Of course, 30 stamina versus... Oh, 30 stamina. Huh. Yeah, may as well just go with the barbed cudgel for the other one. Oh, but no lifesteal. Okay, that well, yeah, it makes sense, really. Yeah, increasing the damage would be a good one there. And decreasing the stamina cost. Let's see. Yeah, I'll get a couple of anemia potions going. Okay, so let's see. Swapping that one out for... Here we are. Cudgel. Yeah, I just kind of wordlessly moved around on that one. Alright, tracking down Mr. Burbridge, if I'm not mistaken on the guy's name. Mason, if I recall the first name correctly. Oh boy. That was a sharper drop than I was anticipating. Okay, there's Joe. Oh yeah, there's his son's building. Okay. Seriously, where the hell is... Because I stumbled across the building once before and I couldn't get let in because my mesmerize wasn't high enough. Okay, so it's not this way because I wasn't able to draw my weapon there. Oh boy. Oh! Oh, resisted that one. Oh! Okay, so that was the type that Nurse Crane had morphed into. That's all I really know for sure. Okay, so that was not where I needed to go. Oh. I think this way? Yep, this way. Okay, so, where the hell is Mason?
No, please, I don't have your money.
I know it wasn't around here. I know it was in a weird section of Whitechapel. I just can't recall. Nope, not in here. Oh, Darius's house. Damn it. Yet another reminder that I royally screwed up. I'll admit, the two that... Yeah, him and the Slumlord are the only two that I might consider not treating kindly in a more pacifistic playthrough. Okay, is it up in here then? No, Whitechapel. Yeah, I'm able to draw my weapons. So... Okay. I am gonna have to look this up because I cannot... Mason Swanborough. So yeah, I've got to look that up because I cannot track him down again. Okay. Oh, wow, he is way up there. So yeah, he's past the old road.
You're feeble.
And Shaoshun is somewhere up there as well.
You London vampires are so weak. Don't you know better?
Oh! Oh, his shadow's attacking me outright.
You're bleeding. Your prey is mine now.
Oh, that hurt.
Gotcha.
Oof, that was rough. Looks like a guard of pre when they killed, or... Well, trigger part, so I kind of guess so. Okay, yeah, now I recognize the area. There's a skull and... wow.
You're feeble.
Oh boy.
This is mine.
Boy, they are really not being subtle anymore.
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say.
It cannot be safe for a blind man
No.
to live here alone.
Then...
Let me enter, sir. I swear I mean you no harm.
Well, a voice never lies, and yours clearly is the voice of a gentleman. All right, Doctor, come on in.
How did you know he was blind?
How do you see the world these days?
Not
so what
well.
is the name of my nocturnal visitor?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. As I already explained to you, I'm inquiring about the epidemic.
Dr. Reed? The eminent surgeon? My God.
Wait,
I
you've
never
heard of me?
expected a brilliant physician like you to knock on my door.
You flatter me, sir.
No, sir, I am flattered. I read all your work when I still had my sight. I loved it. I'm Mason Swanborough, by the way.
How is the sanity?
I hear them hissing and scratching at my door every night. The sick made mad by the fever. But these walls are thick, and my lock is solid.
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reed. Oh, how I envy you.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say, she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you.
Yep.
Loretta sells a fake
knew that
miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me, and I believe she could say the same thing about me.
Do you know Braille, Mr. Swanborough?
I'm no expert, but I learned it in my spare time, yes. Why?
I found a strange document entitled Cure for Blindness. It's written in Braille, so I thought perhaps it was yours.
Really? Is that some kind of sick joke? Let me see.
Here it is.
This letter seems authentic. And it actually refers to an experimental cure for blindness. You have piqued my interest, Dr. Reed.
Could it be of any use to you?
No. This page is just a part of a larger diary. I'd be glad if you could find the other pages.
Okay, what the hell? I'm genuinely... I can't recall where I found that to begin with.
You seem unwell, sir. Do you need my assistance?
Actually, I feel...
Yes. I can give you a little something that has been proven effective.
Thank you, Doctor.
Not so
Goodbye,
subtle
Mr.
jab at
Swan.
his sister's proclivity, or business.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
It's locked, all right.
Fair enough, and... Okay, what on earth is that? Okay, wish I hadn't picked up the shillings. That one was accidental. I have a feeling that I have to manufacture the cure here. Whatever that might be. Huh. Okay. Vampires feed on our soul. Vampires drink our blood, but they feed on our soul. How could we believe that any man or woman killed by these foul creatures, bitten by their filthy mouths, could then be accepted in heaven? No. Their bodies have been defiled, and their souls have been corrupted. Their place is now in hell, with the legions of blood-sucking demons. Vampires feed on our souls. Clarence Crossley. For more information, please contact me directly. That's a rather weird one to find in your house, buddy.
Pays visits to people at this late hour.
Loretta's letter. My dear brother, this is the apology letter you'll never read, for you've lost your sight because of me. I know you hate me for what I did, even if you never say so. We don't talk much in the Swanborough family, do we? So, to clear my conscience, this is my bravest gesture toward you, to write you this letter and to leave it in your laboratory. If you ever find it and ask about it, I'll read it to you. If someone else reads it, well, as I wrote above, this is my bravest gesture. So, Mason, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did and for the hell you've been thrown into. I'm sorry you're now a blind man trying to find a meaning to your useless life. If I could change one thing, only one thing in my miserable life, it would be what happened 1 year ago. I swear it, Mason. If I could give my eyes for you to see again, I would. But it does not work that way, does it? So please, my brother, forgive me. Loretta. So, can I ask him about the accident? Oh.
Why does your sister feel so guilty about what happened to you?
Because she knows I'll never forgive what she did to me.
You run an illegal business with someone you hate?
I don't hate my sister. She looks after me, we have a good time. But I'm just not ready to forgive her.
Goodbye.
Okay, I've got to go to his, well, cemetery first. Because that is bugging me. Let's see, so if I head left...
no place for you, sir. Oh! I'm talking to you, you twat!
Yeah, I'm going the other way, don't worry. Calm yourself. Oh, god damn it.
Sorry, sir. No admittance.
Sorry, buddy. There we go. Perfect. Oh, little rat. Okay. Found the cemetery. Okay, they needed to update that. And apparently they didn't. And let's see. Got him his migraine treatment. He's good, he's good. He's good, he's good. I know I'm sounding very, very callous here, but yeah. Oh. Wait, what are you doing out here?
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
Okay.
How is the sanity?
My only relief is that my Matthew died before seeing the madness that approaches. I'm afraid we won't survive this trial, Dr. Reed.
Your English is quite good.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence, and I need sadness.
Honestly, I'll accept that we all grieve in our own way.
I've seen many deaths in my life, and we all grieve in our own way. Some stay silent, or need to shout. Others need company, and some just can't stand it.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reed. I sense you trying to help me.
Yeah.
Even if I don't quite understand why.
Okay. So I didn't screw myself over.
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually, you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
Sorry if I vexed you.
To be honest, I don't know. Please forgive me if I've upset you. We must all honor our departed loved ones in our own way.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Please accept my condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reed.
Okay.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiao Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
Yeah, and I'll say that that's a grass is greener situation, because as painful as it is having a loved one ripped away from you that quickly, it can genuinely be more... It's more painful when it's a drawn-out process because you're having to see them in pain. But at the same time, it allows you time to cope. So, yeah, I mean, that's a... Like I said, grass is greener situation.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
In which case, I think this one... This one is going to be... How would he feel?
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician. One of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
She will rest in this cemetery forever. And I'll spend eternity hoping that she can forgive me.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
You should go home now. Well, what is the last hint then? Actually, yeah, there's nothing else.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your company, Xiaoshun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.
Awesome.
So many new graves. Why do I still feel so disconnected from the others?
Oh, that's... Wait a minute. Oh, okay, that's his apartment there. So what Braille notes, though? Because I think I only had the one set. Quest items. Bloody letter, old brooch, folded paper, burnt letter, newspaper... Alright, and heading back to the hospital. Oh boy. Okay. I didn't actually anticipate having that happen right then and there. I just kind of ran literally headlong into it and... Okay, yep, this way. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking the cheap way out. Okay. It was just because I was invisible that I couldn't. Alright.
God walks with me.
Oh boy.
Bloody leech. Away with you!
There we go.
Stay back, beast!
Okay. Figures. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Yep, I can get back to the hospital from here, I think. Not there. Okay, that... Oh! Awesome! So yeah, I've kind of accidentally been up here before. Oh, hang on. And I think I was hearing the gunshots everybody's been talking about there. Not sure why... Oh! Boxed open. Okay. So this should allow her enough time to... Yep. I'll let you two have privacy. Or privacy if I wanted to affect the British pronunciation. Actually, Pippa, how's things?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Alrighty. So, 3,655 XP to spend. Plus it'll allow Xiao Shun to get back to the Whitechapel. There we are. Let's see. 400 shadow or 30 shadow over... Let's see. 4 meters. And how many seconds, though? I mean, that's the problem, is it doesn't say how long it lasts. If it did, then I'd be more inclined to actually do it, but... And I'm now level 20. Well, yeah, I might be able to... Yeah, I could go with one of those. Yeah, that one won't be able to work. Yeah, 3,000. It's gonna be a while before I level up again, I think. So I'm trying to determine which would be best. Oh, that one can't even be done, so... Yeah, I guess this one. And there we go! The following night. Okay, back up to Sirius. She's got a cold, which I'm pretty sure I have a cure or two for, even. And that's still up and sanitized. Awesome. Alright, thank you all for joining me, and I will see you probably sometime tomorrow. So have a nice night.